welcome back. If you're just joining in, it's still Family and Values and you're in Galactic Television. It's another beautiful morning, like I said, and you've not missed anything. So just sit back, relax, get your cup of coffee or beverage, or if you're fasting, just sit down, just get your pen and paper, and let's do this together, because we have someone who will give you the details of everything we are going to be discussing this morning. Okay, so this morning we're looking at a very, very critical and situation that we come through, that comes around us, and we see as this is too much. I can't stand this. Some of us find it positively, some of us find it negatively, some of us see it from the angle of being destructive. Some see it as, it seems I have a personal issue with this person, so it comes in different ways. But we have a beautiful, darling, babe sister, whichever way you want to call her. But I'm sure when you see her on screen right now, you'll believe and you agree with me. I'm talking about Olu Comfort, all the way from Warri. Omo Yoruba to wan Warri, can you imagine? Warri come carry her babe, go that beautiful environment, and she's doing well for herself. So we have Olu Comfort this morning joining us from Warri. She is a relationship and marriage counselor and a life coach. Hello, beautiful. How are you this morning?
Hello, Lagos. Hello, Nigeria. You don't know me, Jay.
It's so good to have you this morning as we were discussing handling criticism. I'm sure many of you have been looking. I said critical, so I said let me hold it here. Let me bring my guests in first. So this morning we're looking at handling criticism, and so Olu Comfort will be dealing with that with us this morning. And I want to say, Olu Comfort, what is criticism? I know many have different definition and understanding of it, but I know you break it down in such a way that they will understand it. And I want to ask, can you recall any time you handled, criticism poorly, personally? Have you ever been criticized? How did you handle it? Because some find it difficult to handle. So I want to ask, what's criticism? And when you went through criticism, how did you handle it? Was it poorly, or how did you attend to it? Let's share yours first before we go into the full day.
Okay, once again, good morning, me and everyone at home watching us. Okay, this is a very beautiful topic to this morning, because every one of us will go through it in one way or the other. But I must say, it's not what we usually like. As in, it's always a bitter pill sometimes to swallow. Talking about criticism, we mean an expression of disapproval, according to how dictionary define it, an expression of disapproval of someone or something on the basis of perceived faults or mistakes over what they do. Maybe sharing your opinion, to perceive into a mistake or for you perceive about something or someone. Here in Warri, they have the language they use for criticism in Warri here, like you are judging me. It's like you they judge me, Abi. They are judging me. Now they judge me. So criticism can be like when you judge something, give your own perspective about something, pointing out fault, pointing out mistake of something, of someone. That is what criticism means. And sometimes it's always good. Sometimes it makes us stronger. Sometimes it breaks us. Like I said, I have the thought drop into my heart this morning that criticism is like a two-edged sword. It has different edges to it. It can sharpen us and it can hurt us. So it depends on how you take it. So to the second question, like you said, have I been criticized before? How do I take it? Every day of my life, my life is like a book for some person to judge, because apart from being a coach, I'm a pastor's wife. And when it comes to pastor, Everybody wants to judge you, judge your husband, judge you yourself. You laugh too much, you are judged. You meant well, you are judged. So me, I am criticism embodiment. So every day I used to receive the gas goes, gas goes, gas goes. So, and how have I been handling it? Number one way I've been handling it, I want us to know something, that in everything we go through in life, the emotion we generate as a result of what people say to us is the meaning we give to them. The emotion we generate from it. For instance, now, number one thing I used to do is I used to redefine it. I redefine critics when they come. Number one, I usually take it as opinion. I take it as reviews. I take it as feedback. So when I redefine the meaning, it does not really hurt me any longer. When I was still, not still as strong, or let me say, mature the way I am with now, if somebody criticizes me, I will start crying. In fact, I can stop what I'm doing, what they criticize me about, I will stop. I will pack, just lock up. But now that I am who I am by the grace of God and by knowledge, instead of me to take it wrongly, I just redefine it. Okay, it's this person's opinion. Oh, it's a feedback. Oh, it's a review that I receive. Then I check it. Where is it coming from? Is it from bad belly mind? Is it from the perspective of the person? Why is the person judging me? And before I accept it, before I own it, I check out all these things. Why? What is the reason? What is this person's perspective? Then when I'm able to get all these things clear, it's not depend on how I am going to react to it. Whether I'm going to ignore it, whether I'm going to react to it by changing some things, or I'm going to stop doing some things. So the nature of the criticism is what matters most. It's what defines what I am going to do with it. But first and foremost, I will redefine it.
Okay, so what is the difference between constructive and destructive criticism? And I think there's a mechanism to. So what is the difference? How different are they? And what are the weights that comes with it?
Okay, we're talking about constructive and destructive criticism.
Yes.
So the destructive one can be, very toxic. Very toxic when it comes in a very toxic way. And number one way we can judge if it is destructive or constructive is the tone. The tone. If you want to criticize somebody, or want to criticize somebody, what is the tone? Is it a toxic tone or a sweet tone? So the nature of the criticism is what determines whether it will be destructive or constructive. The nature. So, and the nature begins from the tone. How do you say it? There is a way you can criticize somebody and it will boost the person morale. For instance, now I walk up to you and I say, Olori, I love the amazing work you have been doing in Galaxy TV on Family Value Program. It has blessed my life all the years. I love watching you every morning. But do you know that there is this particular thing you usually say? What if you can just modify it? Or there is this particular thing you usually do. What if you modify it and do it in a better way? And when you give suggestion to the person, then you tell the person, don't worry, we are here. All of us, we are supporting you. Anything you need, just call upon us, we will support you. That is constructive criticism. That's very constructive. If you empower the person, if you boost the person back, it will enable the person to do it better. But when it is destructive, it is not targeting, that means you are not targeting the issue, you are targeting the person identity. And that is what our society is doing today. What we see on social media every day. People go out there and you can just call somebody that somebody says something. Oh, he's very stupid for saying that. He's very foolish for saying that. That is destructive criticism. Very destructive. When it begins to attack the person, the personality of the person you are criticizing. You are criticizing. So we can say it is destructive. When it is toxic, when the tune is not sweet, when the tune is toxic, no, it is destructive. It said criticism has two edges. It's like a two-edged sword. It can sharpen somebody's containers and can destroy and hurt somebody's containers. So it depends on how you pass it through. So that is the difference.
He said it's like two-edged sword piercing through. That's what criticism, it can destroy and it can build, it can correct, and it can, you know, make amendments. I love that. But now let's look at, can criticism help anyone at all? And in terms of someone who has been targeted that you're just always out to make my life miserable, you want to just make my life unbearable. Am I the only one here? Why is it only me? Can we say that the role it plays, can we say it is kind of pride when you are being criticized and you see it as I'm perfect, why should you criticize me? Am I the only one here? So I have two questions for you. Can criticism help anyone to go? You understand? I just needed that to be pushed because you have said it. It can destroy, it can build. And can we say pride can set in? Can it play a role of pride? When you just see someone, you are just out, you love criticizing people. But when it comes to you, you understand, it looks like, excuse me, I'm perfect. Why do you have to criticize? Is it because I criticized you yesterday? You just want to find something about me today?
So let me start with the first one. The first one you said, can criticism help us grow? Yes, can help us grow. You know, sometimes it helps us to know the you that you don't know, but others know. I'm telling you, you cannot know yourself, finish you. And sometimes you might think you are right, and you are not right. Sometimes the love that we have for ourselves, our sense of judgment sometimes may be cloud our reasoning. We might not see it, but others are seeing it. Especially those who love us, they are seeing it. So criticism can help us become better, can help us become good. It can help you to even know the part of yourself that you don't even know. It can help you know it. Criticism can help you, even know how to do things in a better way, a better strategy to do something. It can help you. Somebody have criticized my work before, my flyers that I was doing to publicize my program. And the person said, Mama, you can do better now. This flyer looks crap. Oh, when I read that comment under my comment section, my head bounced. No, it's the ghost gas. It's like one bullet hits me. But you know that since that day, I may not be able to afford to be paying, because I do program a lot. I may not be able to afford to be paying a designer every day. I had to go and learn how to do good flyers. So criticism can help you come up with different strategy, to bring up your business, bring up yourself, personal development. So criticism is very good. If you are doing everything and you think you are right and nobody is criticizing you, look at your back. That means you don't have people around you who loves you. Because Yoruba say, that means you are perfect and nobody is perfect. It will get to a point where nobody is criticizing you. That means they have left you. Whether he does it well or not, that is our life. That is his life. So when nobody is criticizing you, please check. Check your relationship, check your circle, check the people you have in your life. And the second question you asked, if I still remember, Oloru, what was the second question? Please help me.
Pride.
Help me ask. Okay.
Pride.
Yes.
Pride.
It can be rooted. Yes, it can be rooted in pride sometimes. But I want you to know, man, that it is another level of maturity for you to be able to listen to people criticizing you, criticizing your efforts. Sometimes you have put a lot of effort. Sometimes, like from my own perspective now as a pastor's wife, you may not even mean any harm. Sometimes you are even looking out for the good well-being of your people. And the same people will gather and judge you. And the same people will gather and criticize you. So it takes maturity sometimes and intentionality. It takes us to be able to accept that the moment I am doing something good, the moment I am saying something, the moment I am scaling up, that means I have to scale up to accept criticism also. So as a part of a package that comes with success, it's a part of package that comes with when you are trying to do something. It comes with it. It's a natural package. So it's like it's a default setting. The moment you are taking some step, the moment you are shaking some tables, the moment you are doing something good, the moment you are scaling up your business, maybe you are in politics, maybe in the family, anywhere, the moment. So you have to prepare for it. Be ready for it. And sometimes pride used to be black people. Like this self-righteousness mindset, self-righteousness mentality. What do you mean? Who are you to tell me this happen? We see this playing out in the family. It play out in politics. Even some of our leaders are not even ready to listen to critics. They're not even ready to listen because they are like, who are you to tell me what is right? So it sometimes it asks the foundation in pride. Yeah, it might be rooted in pride. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. It might be rooted in pride sometimes. It might be rooted in self-righteousness. Sometimes it might be rooted in overconfidence in self. Overestimation of self, of course, that is pride. Overestimation of self. Thinking that everything I say must be right. Everything I do must be right. So I want us to know that we cannot always be right. We cannot always be perfect. That we always be flaws. As far as we are human being. We are not God. We are not infallible. We are not God. So let us open our hearts. It takes somebody who is open. Who is open. So don't be so rigid. Don't close up and say, it's either my way or my way. It's either the way I do it right or no, it cannot be any other way. Be open to correction. So take criticism as correction, as reviews, as feedback, as opinion. Then you can grow. You grow. And if you want to look at people who grow massively in everything they do, people who embrace criticism. There are people who embrace it. Some boundaries that we must check before we start accepting them. Maybe that will be my next question. I don't want to jump out of the question.
Comfort, you've done great. Okay, so it is the time we need to take a break. We need to go for a word on marble. Maybe we can even pick something from there as well. So just hold on, don't go anywhere. Only Comfort, stay tuned. Our viewers, it's time for us to take this short break as we'll be taking a word on marble. Let's see what you can pick from there as well in this discussion. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Values, and we're discussing with our darling sister Olu Comfort, all the way from Warri, joining us via Zoom this morning as we take this topic, handling criticism. Okay, so Joy is going to be taking a question as it is right now. Over to you.
Hello, Olu Comfort. Okay, so I want to ask, how do you avoid taking criticism, personally, and how do you react to unfair criticism? You know that especially with the era of social media, there can be a lot of trolls around, and sometimes these things hit to us because we are individuals. So how do we avoid taking it personally, and how do we respond to unfair criticism?
Okay, unfair criticism, especially when it is targeting the person targeting the person of the person they are sending it to. No matter how you feel, like I said the other time, that the meaning you read to it matters a lot. The meaning you read to it matters a lot. Then, when you receive unfair criticism towards you, number one thing you should do is don't be defensive. Be receptive, because defensiveness validates accusation. The moment we have seen all these things play out, when they criticize somebody, then the person jump and start abusing, start raining curses, then everybody will now forget the critics. They will now bounce on the person. How will you react like that? How will you do this? No matter the nature of the criticism, may be destructive or constructive. Number one thing you should do is don't be defensive. The moment you feel you defend yourself, you become defensive. That means you validate the accusation that they say to you. So it means you are telling them that what you are saying is true. It means you are telling them that you got me. Yes, you got me. You got me. So even if you are not guilty, the defensiveness has given the feeling to people out there that you are trying to cover up something. So take note of this. When you are giving unfair criticism, don't be defensive. No, just thank them for the feedback if possible. Then don't be quick to accept it. Don't be quick to own it. Find out the source. Find out the person. Where is the source coming from? Because somebody, opponents, haters, may use another person to criticize you, give you unfair criticism. Know where this thing is coming from. What is the source? What is the nature of this? Is it to make me better? Is it out of love? Or is it to attack me? Then you check it. So depending on what you find out there, will determine your next action. And I want you to check if it resonates with you. Know that sometimes you'll be doing something, even yourself, within you, you're already telling yourself that, oh, this is not right. You're already telling yourself, how can I change this thing? You're already telling yourself, oh, this thing I put on, for instance now, you put on your clothes, and before you leave home, something is already telling you that, oh, this cloth is too short, this cloth is too revealing. You just ignore it. Oh, I want to slay. Then the moment you come out, there's people start criticizing you. So if it is that kind of nature of criticism, you check. Does it resonate with me? No. Maybe it is a thing you have been sensing already, or something you find surprising. So if you find it resonating, if you check it and you see that, oh, there's pieces of truth around this criticism, make adjustments. But if you find it surprising, ask people for second opinion. Oh, hear what somebody said about me. What do you think? Somebody criticized me on social media one day, and I had to call one of our senior pastor's wife. I said, "Mommy, hear what somebody said about me. Is it true? What is your opinion about it?" And she tell me that is not right. Just disregard it. So you ask for second opinion. So balance out different opinions from different people. Then if it is something that is done intentionally to us, why not? You can express your differences constructively. You can go after the person. There is nothing wrong with that. To fight for yourself, to speak for yourself. But one thing we should not do, we should not allow criticism to get us to a point where we become people pleaser because of what they want to say. So what they want to say, then we now withdraw. We start doing everything to please people so that they will not say something bad about me. I want us to know that they will always criticize us. The moment you don't criticize you, that means you're not doing something, you're not scaling up. That means you're not doing something good. Don't let them push you to the point where you become to please people. You're not shaping your life to suit them, You're shaping your activities to suit them. You're shaping your mindset to suit them. Just because you don't want people to pass no comments about you. We have to accept this thing. People will always pass wrong comments, no matter what we do. So I think we should get to a point where we then have to embrace all things, bottle it up. But nevertheless, you know when you should speak for yourself, when unfair criticism is passed towards you. Thank you.
You know, sometimes we say bullying can be mistaken for criticism, or criticism can be mistaken for bullying, especially between junior ones, children. And so, because I want to go to the angle of the young ones now, as innocent as they are, how can one, do this without hurting such a child? When you said, should we teach them how they understand what criticism is all about? Do we need to teach them, or it will come and we now need to help them to understand this was what this person was trying to say? That's my first question. Do we teach them ahead of criticism, life coming in that form before they get to school, or while they are still in school, maybe from the primary school before they get to the secondary school? Do we need to teach them, or we should allow them to go through it? Then we'll now bring them to the understanding. And also as parents, how can we constructively criticize our children without hurting them?
Thank you, Lori. I love this part that you brought to the conversation. When it comes to anything that gives me energy is about the family, it's about the children. So I want us to know that criticism is a life skill. It's a life skill that we must teach our children. So many times my children will come home to me, Mommy, see what my teacher did. You see what my teacher said to me. See what the comment teacher passed to me. I will tell them, yes, it's okay. Learn how to embrace it when people say something about you. When people make some comments about you. So it is a skill that we must teach our children. We must not wait till when they start growing up and they start facing it, then they go and react to it. Some children, they have withdrawn. Some of us now, we have no self-esteem. Some of us, we have entered into our shell because of the way we handle criticism and critics when we were younger, because nobody taught us. So if we are able to teach our children that these are the skills, you need these skills to navigate your way. Teachers in school, your friends in school, in the neighborhood, they will criticize you. You must have the ability to be able to embrace it, to be able to accept it, to be able to check it. If it is right or if it is wrong, if I need to do not. So it is a life skill that everybody must teach the children, and it must begin from the home, from sibling. You know that siblings also used to criticize themselves. From you and your spouse, you used to criticize yourself. So the way you yourself as a parent accept the criticism from your spouse, by indirectly teaching your children how to react to it. So when they start criticizing themselves and they start fighting, it's an opportunity for us to teach them or model the right way of reacting to criticism. So it is a life skill. Children must have this. Everything cannot be palatable. People cannot be praising you all the time. No, people cannot be praising you all the time. You cannot be right all the time. So this is a life skill that children need to navigate their way here. Then as parents now, how can we balance up between constructive criticism and destructive criticism? Please, when it comes to parent-child criticism, we should not make it too often. Too often. That we forget when they do the right thing. Then it's only when we want to criticize them that our muscle will not be reflecting. Our muscle will be reflecting. That is when the child will take it in the wrong way. That is when it will become destructive for the children. So children more than you criticize them. That's when it will be constructive. Sometimes it's not everything you criticize them about. I want us to know that when it comes to parenting, there is something we call expected behavior and bad behavior. So at each level, each age of your children, there is expected behavior and there are bad behavior. So now when a behavior is expected, so you don't go and be criticizing expected behavior. That is when you damage the child. So know what is bad behavior. That is when you do it constructively. And before you start criticizing a child, start from praising them for the good one they have done. For the good one they have done. Oh, I love the way you cleaned the kitchen yesterday. Wow, superb. I love it. I love the way you usually run errands for the family. Love it. Then you never bring in what you want to criticize. Oh, do you know that there is this particular thing you did? What if you do it this way? What if it is this way? Then you now provide solution. You give them suggestion of how they should do it better. What the thing we do as a parent is to tell the children what they should not do. We usually forget to tell them what they should do. That is why the children get confused and our criticism is distracting them instead of building them up. So the moment you point out the criticism, the next thing you should do now is tell them what they should do. No, instead of what they did. Then now tell them that they have your support. You now close it by like, I want you to know, my son or my daughter, that I'm not criticizing you and I'm not judging you. I just want you to become a better version of yourself. Wow! You see the child energy will come up. Someone will come and hug you. Thank you, daddy. Thank you, mommy. Some will be so excited. But the moment you call them, oh, look at you. You have never done anything good in this life. You are always doing something wrong. So it becomes so destructive. It affects the child. They become so withdrawn. You shut them down. They don't talk again. Because everything they say, you criticize, you criticize, you criticize. So parents, we should be careful so that we not fall into this act of criticizing children in the name of correcting children. Know the difference between criticizing and correcting a child. Know the difference between them so that you will not be damaging your child. And don't forget that whatsoever you give to your child, that is what that is what your child will become. The boy you are raising today will become a husband tomorrow, will become a man tomorrow. And the girl you are raising today. So don't damage them by criticizing everything they do. Understand that there are expected behavior and there are bad behavior.
I actually wanted you to answer, Joy wanted to ask you a question, but because our time is fast spent, I think we'll still have more to discuss on criticism some other time. And I want to say a big thank you for the opportunity and the privilege you had to join us this morning. Thank you for being part of the program. Thank you for always, yielding to us anytime I will call out to you in worry. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you. You look beautiful always, as usual.
Joy is coming for your necklace. Joy is coming for your
She has a lot of way build to do for me, so it's part of what she'll be way build for me.
She's coming to pick it.
She has a lot to way build for me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Joy.